displayed where we would jump in a trade on GJ right here. And as you can see, absolute beautiful. Now I am a swing trader. Obviously, I've already told you guys this. I just want to show you what a swing trade actually is. My first entries are 186.625, which is, now I'm on the 15 minutes. So let me just scale down and go to the daily, and you'll see what I mean when I say swing trades. A swing trade is zone to zone. So literally from here to here, or whatever zones you have marked up. If you can see this very clearly, I'll try to hold it for just a minute. You can see that I hold my positions. That is a swing trade. That's what I want to do. That's what maximizes the profit with the lowest amount of risk. So yeah, GJ is playing beautiful, and I will show you guys what caused this entry for me. So I seen GJ hit this area of resistance, and it immediately, almost like a ball hitting the ceiling, you know, it bounced right off immediately. I seen where we were going to have multiple areas of rejection, and then price come back, retested, and that was my, I want to say like 4 or 5 hours of patience where I had to wait and see what it was going to do. I literally waited for GJ to hit this zone. As soon as it hit this area right here, I got in my second entry, and this is where the video that will be uploaded started. So let me do this, get that out of the way. There we go. Now, as you can see, I'm on the 15-minute time frame, so I keep having to scale price down a little bit. But beautiful little swing trade. I've got a 40 pip stop. Again, if you don't know how I trade as a swing trader, 40 pip stop just always works out. If a trade for me, and I'm on a level of support or resistance, 40 pips gives me the ability to, if price is going to flow a little bit, maybe a little bit past my entry and I'm in drawdown, that's fine. Don't focus so hard on getting that precision entry to where you're straight into profit, because that's never going to work out. Regardless if you're trading with personal funds or with surge trader funds, there's always going to be drawdown. You've got commission fees, swap fees, all that stuff. So stop focusing so hard on being a sniper at your entries and focus on finding the proper risk management to where you can have very little risk, 40 pip stop to a 600-700 pip gain. That's huge. That's a swing trade. So I've got swinging to these levels. Now GJ might come down, might not come down to this. That's okay. This is my heart line in between levels. So you've got support, resistance, resistance and support, and then what I call is the heart line, which is the heartbeat, the very middle, the no-go zone. Like, I do not like to take trades in this area because price can do whatever it wants. It can play around in between zones. It can literally, if we're in a sell, and as we are right now on GJ, price could respect this zone and come right back up, touch this again, and then flow through. So I do not like taking trades here. For me, as a swing trader, I want to swing zone to zone. That's the highest probability for a trade. Now, I didn't explain this yet. I've went a little bit into scalpers and swing trading, but now let's talk about intraday. So as an intraday trader, if this is how you want to do, and you only want to trade maybe 2 to 3 hours inside your window of like the New York session or Asia session, whatever it is for your day, intraday trading, then I would recommend you taking your trades, on the heart line of your in between your levels, because then you can scale up. You could have took a buy, sell here, and and you're only in the trade for maybe an hour to 2 hours, and you're done, and that's your trading for the day. For me, I'm going to be holding my trades for a while. So if I was looking for a sell here at the heart line and price retraced back up to here, that would have hit my stop. That would have been 40 pips. I'd have been out, and then price would have continued and played exactly how I wanted it to. So again, for me, I do not like taking these type of trades because I don't do intraday trading. But again, GJ is playing beautiful. Now, for my entries, I don't remember if I went into this much. For my entries, again, I'm not looking for sniper. I understand drawdown is going to happen. But for me, when I see price hit a zone, I always just wait for some clear indication of a retest, a retouch, price fake out, whatever it is. Like if I'm looking for a sell, I want to see just multiple confirmations where price is exhausting going up for buyers are finally pulling out and sellers about to take over. And then I enter. I don't look for any specific candle closure, any wicks on the bodies, or I don't use indicators, so don't mind the moving averages. I just like the way they look. They look pleasant, and it looks good when you're in a trade. Like if I'm selling here and then you have the little cross, that everybody likes to say, it just looks clean. It looks nice, but I do not use them. Just wanted to get that out there. But for me, on the entry, if I'm looking for a swing and I'm on the 4 hour or 1 hour, you can scale it down to 5 minutes and just see what the candles. Let me make sure I got this locked. You can see how the candlesticks operate, and which goes with what I was talking about. Like you want to have a clear indication. Price comes up to this level, closes above, comes right back down. It plays around and this is a time of patience. This is what I was talking about. Like this took forever. And then once I seen price come up here, I said, you know what? I'm going to put my 40 pip stop. It's going to be big enough to where if price does come above that zone, I could still let price flow around. It can do what it can go up, down, sideways, whatever it wants to do. I've got my risk put in place, and I'm set. And as you can see, it played out. Now, not always. Sometimes, a lot of times, I'll say a lot, not sometimes. Price will literally come up, hit my stop to the pip, and then go down. And that's all right. That's the way the market makers love to make their money. So don't focus on a loss. Remember, to be an expert trader, to be a successful trader, you got to be an expert at losing. You got to be able to detach from a loss. Like, it sucks. As long as you're using proper risk management, you don't go 10 lots on a brand new account. You just get away from it. It's done. Move on to the next day. Reanalyze. See what you missed. Say, oh, you know what? I see this now that I have a little bit more clarity on the price action. And you could have seen where you went wrong, or sometimes it doesn't matter. I get it wrong all the time. So don't focus on a loss. Just cut it loose, hold your wins, and cut your shorts. That's it. Cut your losses. That's all you got to do. Now, I know I'm focused on this GJ, but it's a beautiful trade. Now let's go to a trade that we discussed yesterday that did not do so well. And that is gold. Now we had some news, and I will flip over to this real quick. I hope you guys can see this because I know a lot of y'all, I cannot see y'all's comments right now, but soon I will be able to. But you guys said that you could not see when I changed the screen, so I hope you guys can see this. There's a little bit of news for the US dollar this week. You got the ISM Services PMI. This comes out actually today, or matter of fact, this news just come out, so that's where that little whipsaw that I just seen on the screen for gold came out. So let's check out gold real quick. All right. So I was looking for a buy. Just going to scale to the higher time frame real quick. Try to show you guys what I was looking for. I know a lot of y'all, you're going to immediately say, oh, you should have seen the wicks. This wick wasn't here. Like this is my level, and this is not my heart line. Me and Corey were discussing this, and I was just putting a bar over it, or your little rectangle over, just to give like a little play window because it was consolidating. So gold looks like it's going to continue down south, which is perfectly fine. Took a small loss. GJ's already recovered that for me, so that's the way it works. I'm going to scale down a little bit on a smaller time frame. And look, gold was painful. Like it just moved sideways. I almost wanted to close the trade just because sometimes I do get impatient. And with gold, it's just a love-hate relationship. It's just over the years, that's been our relationship. But as you can see, what I was just talking about, gold literally, I was in profit, playing around, up a little bit, up, down, up 20 pips. I could have closed. I should have closed, but I like to hold my trades. And news just come out. You see, wick me out, and now I feel like gold could continue to the upside. If not, perfectly fine. But yeah, that's the two trades we focused on this week. Now let me dive in, and I'm going to pick a completely different pair. Let's just do GBP CAD. Just a completely new pair, and I'm going to mark it up from square one so you guys can watch and see, and then we'll try to identify some intraday trading, which is just, again, 2 to 4 hours in the middle of the day. Everybody works, so you might have a small window of trading. Intraday works perfect for that. Scalping. Scalping is dangerous. Scalping is like if you're on lunch break and you want to gamble, don't do it yet. All right. Weekly, I'm going to do my line chart, and I'm going to run through this. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but you guys are going to see just how easily I mark things up. Now, GCAD is really a rough pair. I picked a rough pair. I apologize, because look at all this just nastiness. It's just been moving sideways, but it's irrelevant. We'll just put our lines here. Again, I like to stay close to current price action. I don't care. You're looking at 2016 where price was 2.08. Something just astronomical would have to come out for GBP for it to reach these highs again. So again, I just stay on current price action. I'm looking for peaks and valleys. Nothing crazy. You don't have to, be right on the money, because you're going to see how price plays out if you just get multiple touches. That's all I look for. Touch here, here, here. Now you have gaps, overlays, and then touches. That's basically all the same thing. Price is still playing around in that zone. It's a pretty significant area. And for me, that's good enough. That's on the weekly. I'm going to drop down to the daily. And you can, I say this every time, but you can right-click this, go to settings, and put the text box where this is your weekly zone or your monthly zone. Change the colors, all that stuff. I don't really care about all that. It's just easy on the eyes for me. And I'll emphasize on this a little bit more. I do not use indicators. Like, I don't use Fibonacci's. I don't even know all the names of the stuff, the Ikimoto clouds or whatever it is, the Bollinger Bands. That stuff was created 30, 40 years ago for stocks, bonds, and stuff like that. It does not work for Forex. It lags extremely, almost 4 hours. So at current price action, it's just not going to work. Indicators are something for you to convince yourself of why you're getting in the trade. It's too much. You don't need, if you got to convince yourself of why to get in the trade, then you shouldn't be trading that. There's no reason to be trading it. All right, so anyways, daily, just try to find a little bit any more significant zones. I'll just to keep it easy on the eyes. And I'll probably, every video you're going to see me, I'm going to run through this just because I want you guys to see how simple and clean my charts are. And it's been successful for me. And it's just easier for you to identify trades when you don't have just chaos. You don't have crazy colors, or you don't have 50,000 lines. And not necessarily, like, I do use trend lines. So I'm not saying you can't put trend lines here, but you do not want to do this. You don't want to have a trend line here, a trend line here the next day, a trend line here. Look at, this immediately, I have no clue. I'm lost. It's too much. I get anxiety, and I'm done. It's not going to happen. So you want clean and clutter-free, and it'll be so much less stress on you, I promise you. All right, again, we are on the daily. Just looking for current price action, where we could put a zone. See a little zone here, and then let's scale it down. 4 hour. Now, I haven't even switched back to candles, but let me just show you how price plays around these zones. Again, you've seen, I literally just put, I didn't try to get on the bodies, that's why I put it on the line, so I don't have to get all crazy with it. And, excuse me, look how price plays out. It's perfect. And all this does is it tells you the story of what price is doing. And you go to the higher time frame to find out how the price is trending, like you see on the daily. Let me scale this down. This is a pretty significant bullish run. This could be a pullback on a bearish run. Like on the higher time frame, GCAD could be bearish. And as you can see, kind of is. Now we had this massive, again, GCAD's a horrible pair. Like, I didn't mean to pick this pair, but you see this however many years of just sideways movement. Although there are some trending markets, it's still massive sideways. But we have this huge drop, and then the bullish momentum is coming back up. So I would say GCAD is trying to make a recovery, and this is on higher time frame. So let's scale it down. Daily, still pushing a nice little bullish run, and then 4 hour, kind of see where price might be losing a little bit of momentum. And this is where, on the 4 hour to 1 hour, this is where I like to do my trend lines, because you're looking for current price action, some answers, some stories. Again, don't try to focus so much on making this perfect, because price don't care. Price can just drop right through this. I'm just looking for multiple touches. You've seen I'm not even zoomed in. I can't even see the wicks and bodies yet. I'm just looking multiple touches, giving me just a little bit of story up behind price. Then I would do this just for an upside trend, and boom, there. Now we got a little window of patience to where we can play around. Now, if I'm a swing trader, where do I take my trades? Zones. I only want to take a trade from here to here, or from here to here, here. I know, I'm sorry, here. But that's it. Now, as an intraday trader, this is where you're going to have a little bit of fun. Heart line, again, to me, is in the middle of those zones. So basically like that. And then we can do another one here. I apologize. I'm going to say here a million times. So. And then another one right there. And boom. We got enough analysis and levels and our trend lines. We got enough to where we can kind of give ourselves the confidence of what we're looking for on a trade. Like, if price is breaking through this, we got this trend line. Are we wondering if it's going to touch this area here, or is it going to respect the zone? So now comes in the time where it's literally up to you. Like, nobody knows. I don't know if price is going to be a buy here or a sell. I just try to take an educated guess based off my experience on what I think price is going to do. We use stop losses, so if we are wrong. So that's that. For me, price has already broke all these levels. We do have a trend here that has been touched multiple times. So based off previous experience, I would say that as an intraday trade, it would be great to short this. Now, you're going to have price maybe move sideways, try to create like a little bull trap, which is, it's going to show like price is respecting this area, and then run up just a little bit, maybe 10, 15 pips to gain some traction for the buyers, and then dump. And it wipes out all the buyers. Then the sellers' orders push in, and that's a bull trap. So what I would be looking for is maybe a sell like here. And we got price. I'm not going to, so don't, if you're watching this, don't say, oh, that's not 40 pips. I'm just saying we got 8. Let's just go maybe right there. That looks pretty good. And then at least 200 pips. Now, again, I'm not looking 70, 68. That sounds about right. Now, that's a pretty good trade right here. Again, this is an intraday trade. Now, it's hard for me to scale down from a swing trade. So I immediately, I looked for zones. So that was my fault. But you could do just this. Even that. You're still up, risk to reward. Even this. I think this might be a 1-to-1. That's still good. A 1-to-1 is still good. Only takes 2 trades to cancel a loss. That's fine. I would go at least here to this zone. That's me as a swing trader. So yeah. And then we go down looking for our entries. Remember, I said that price might play around on that trend line and then give maybe a clear indication, maybe a massive candle drop past that zone, whatever you want to tell yourself. For me, I mean, it's all a risk. So I would take the sell right here because I have all this area for price to play around with. Even at this point, if you were to take a sell right here, if price comes all the way back to this area, looks like it's 47 pips, you're out. And then if you want prices playing around here shows that it's a significant zone, it's rejecting, and you could sell there. And then that one trade, boom, wipes that entire loss out. It's simple. All right. Again, I hate GCAD. I apologize for even using this pair. I do not like this because it just, GCAD to me does not have very clean movements. Like look, this, if you've ever traded GBP New Zealand, NZD, same thing. That pair literally in one day will move 400 pips up and down like this. That's chaos. That'll piss me off. That'll make me break my computer. All right. So let's see, GCAD. Let me check back to GJ real quick. Why? Oh, beautiful. It's such a comforting moment when you do have beautiful swings like this that just play out, I'm telling you. I think I'm up right now 800 pips collectively with my entries. So yeah, that's a good trade. And someone had messaged last week about when do you scale into a trade. I'm going to go over this, and then I don't want to spend a lot of y'all's time for today. So when you scale in a trade, this is how this works. So you have your original entry and whatever lot size it is. You scale in once you're like 30 to 40 pips in profit. And when you scale in, you're scaling down from your original entry, because of that second entry, if it retraces back to original entry and you used a larger lot size, you not only just wiped your profit, but now you're double the loss. Never add a larger entry just because you're, regardless of if news is coming out, it does not matter. Don't be dumb. You have risk management there for a simple reason, to protect yourself and your account and your money, your Surge Trader account, whatever it is. You use that to protect yourself. So when you scale in, again, use a small lot size. If you're using a standard lot, use a half a lot, or even less than that. I go way less than that. If I'm using a 1.5, I use like a 0.3 or maybe a 0.5, but that's it. So again, 30 to 40 pips on your entry, you can scale in. You can expect normally, if you're swing trading 30 to 40 pips, price is going to retrace a little bit. So just be patient, let price flow a little bit, and then put your second entry. Me, I put my entry at these zones. Now, I know I said I don't like to trade. I don't look for entries on here. But if I'm scaling in and I'm already up, what is this? 185, 681, and 185. I'm up 180 pips. So if I put 1/3 of my position in right here, I don't care. I don't care if price play comes all the way back to here. I'm okay. I'm still up. It's good to go. So I'm all right adding a position, scaling into my trade there. And that's it. That is basically how you scale in. It's nothing complicated. You just, again, always remember, lower it down. Do not go above your original entry. And rule number one, always, if you're adding to your trade, you never add to a losing trade. I'm going to say that a million times as long as you see me on these videos. You never add to a losing trade. You never say, oh, I should have waited a little bit because this is going to be a better entry, and you're adding while your original entry is in drawdown. I don't even have to explain what happens there. You're trying to convince yourself that it's a better entry, and now you've got 3 positions all in drawdown, and then your margin call in your account. So yeah, don't do that. But guys, I hope you enjoyed it today. I will be back, I believe, Friday. Me and Corey's going to go over a little bit. And today, I basically just wanted to get you guys to understand what I look for with intraday trading, and show you guys a little bit about GJ. Beautiful. I love GJ. Gold and GJ, my 2 favorite pairs by far. But yeah, hope y'all have a wonderful week. And again, be smart, use proper risk management, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Thank y'all.